My name is Janine Simpkins. I'm retired. I'm a retired educator. I used to be a teacher and principal, but I spend a lot of time with my grandchildren. I think my strengths are that I'm a people person. I love to be with people and do things with people. My weaknesses, I'm sure I have plenty. I think right now, in this stage of life, redefining who I am as a retired person, that is a little bit of a challenge. I would think it would be negative messages that you send yourself by either spoken word or how you think about yourself. I had a very good childhood, and I think maybe school was difficult for me in my early elementary grades, so I think there were times when I thought of myself as not as smart as the other kids in the class. Then maybe later on, junior high, when you're starting to mature, I was very self-conscious of my body image, so that was kind of a tough time. I usually felt really good about myself in my workplace. I think parenting was a little bit more of a challenge. As a parent, things don't always turn out as you hope or wish. So I think that would probably be a time when I'd probably be more critical of myself. They matter less the older I get. They mattered a lot when I was younger, and I think with every decade you care less about what people think about you. So that's a little freeing at times. But I care in terms of that their opinions matter in the sense that I'm treating them right. And they're treating me right, and I do care what people think, but not so much that it determines everything I do. I wasn't pressured by anyone else other than my parents were not high pressure, but I never wanted to disappoint them. So that was sort of a standard I had, but I had my own values and my own goals that really kept me in a certain direction. If I get negative, I try to be somewhat logical about what's happened in my life, and then I reevaluate what I could have done differently. If there's nothing that I could do at this moment, I sort of let it go and try to focus on other things and try to have a different focus. I remember when I got my first television. So I think the image of what was on television started really forming what I thought a girl should look like, what a good time should look like. I think that's multiplied by thousands now of all the media that youth is exposed to. It's real easy to look at Facebook and it looks like everybody's having a great time and a party all the time, when that's not reality. So I think it could be a little more difficult now, with a little bit more disconnectedness in families as far as conversation and etc. Well, I think they need to surround themselves with people who speak positive messages into them. Also, focusing on other people. I think self-esteem grows when you grow as a person, not so much just focus on yourself and your feelings all the time. I think it's really important to think about what messages you're giving yourself as far as what you fill your mind with. I think what you fill your mind with is really important, what messages. And if you recognize they're negative, I think it's important to turn off that switch and fill it with something else.